You're watching Drake Queen Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drake Queen Gaming, and some of you on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Mice Tea. That's right, we're jumping right back in, shall we? Alarm Chan, you were up, and let's go. Alrighty. Ay. Of course he is. Now let's see if the feeling's mutual. Huh? So, how does a specialty tea shop do these days? Oh, we do fine for ourselves. Myself, I do fine for myself. That's good to hear. Lots of tourists, perhaps? A little bit. We get a lot of recommendations from local papers for their gift guides, and I have a fair number of regular clients. Oh, really? Tell me about some of these regulars. Have any that stand out? My heart freezes. That is, the metaphysical one that isn't being controlled by Peggy freezes. And my body's heart is pumping with excited heat. Wait, are you? I've got a few pretty consistent ones, about 2 dozen or so, but one of them... He cocks his head as if having to remind himself of something. One of them is actually my best client. It's funny, she actually... He chuckles nervously. She actually, looks kinda like you. Peggy, don't you dare! Oh, does she? Tell me about her. Well, her name's Margaret. She works at a bookstore near here and comes in a lot during her breaks and after work. No. You haven't taken control back yet, have you? It's true, and she knows I won't call her bluff. She came in here as a tea neophyte, but I really got into it over the last couple of years. I think she might know more about a few things than me at this point. She's just really smart. Dang it, will people stop claiming I'm smart? She sounds like a lovely girl. Are you too close? He pulls at his collar. Oh, I mean, we're not dating, no, but we're good friends. She sounds quite charming. Oh yeah, she's funny, she's great to have a drink with, and she's always really considerate. Too much for her own good, really. She works too hard. Doesn't get the appreciation she should at her job. I heard from him plenty of times before, but somehow hearing it through the ears of a stranger makes it all the more real. My heart melts a little. She sounds awfully sweet. Is she cute? My heart immediately freezes again. A sweat appears on Gavin's brow. Oh, yeah, I guess she is. Oh, really? How so? Peggy! She doesn't think anything back at me. I only feel her lips curl into a smirk. But well, she's got a really cute smile. It's always good at cheering me up. She's got these big bright eyes and a cute face and has a nice petite figure, and... He's full-on blushing at this point. I don't know, I guess she's kind of pretty. If I wasn't already trapped inside my own head, I would have wanted to disappear into nothingness. And you said I look like her? It turns out there are even deeper shades of red Gavin can blush. Well... Peggy chortles. I'm glad you have such a good friend who's a regular here. Yeah, me too. She leans back and takes a look around the store as though we don't know it by heart. You certainly have quite the selection here. I'm no slouch when it comes to tea either, you know. Oh, Sylvia. I'm gonna try and keep it about you, girl. What's the latest thing you have around here? Any particularly new varieties? I know sometimes shops get advanced samples from distributors. Since I'm unable to plug my fingers into my ears, I can't help but hear her. Oh, wait, right, the whole reason we're here. I didn't forget, sweetie. I just wanted to tease you both in the meantime. Oh, yeah, we get those sometimes. Get anything special? Get anything especially interesting recently? In the last few days, maybe. Actually, just 3 days ago, Margaret came in and took one home. I didn't even know we had it before she picked it up, in fact. Intriguing. You wouldn't happen to have more, would you? I might be interested in trying it myself if you did, since we share so much in common already. No, really, I really don't. I honestly don't know where it came from. The label wasn't in English and there wasn't a barcode on it. I ended up just giving it to her for free. Oh, a sweetheart deal, was it? Gavin doesn't even respond to this. Peggy just giggles. Well, I suppose she got the better of me this time. I'm actually late for an appointment. The company here was just so... caging. She raises her eyebrows and Gavin swallows. I'll just have to come by later sometime and inspect the goods more thoroughly. She winks and turns on her hair, waving her fingers behind her. Ta-ta! My hips sway in a way I never thought had been possible when I leave the store. After exiting, I walk a few feet past the shop window before stopping. Margaret? Yeah? Could you lift your hands for me? I send the signal to my hands and I find I'm capable of moving them again. Oh, I figured you might try to stay out longer. I thought maybe I could convince you to let me out more often if I kept this one brief. You look like you've been through enough already. So, Did we have fun just now? I think you might have a weird definition of fun. Come now, we got what we came here for and heard a few compliments in the meantime. Yeah, but I didn't need to hear that my friend thinks I'm pretty. You don't have to date the poor dolt, you silly thing, and now you just know the truth. It's the same truth that's been around since you first met him. All your friends have gotten used to being friends with a beautiful woman. That's their cross to bear. And he respects you, obviously. Next time you meet, he's going to be the perfect gentleman he always is. Only now, you've got a little secret. I'll probably have to get a haircut before then. Oh, don't meet him too soon, darling. You look so good like this. I take a deep breath. I'm happy to be back in control of my facilities. I mean, I guess it was a little fun to flirt like that. That's just what I wanted to hear. Hold on to that for the next time, Ready to head home? Well, I'm already in town right now. Maybe I can do some more errands while I'm here. Get some more use out of this outfit. Ooh, you spoil me. By spoiling yourself, that is. I can't help but grin. Maybe I'll ask for advice if I need some witty comebacks. It would be my pleasure. I arrive home after a short round of errands in town. Just bank trips and other things. I won't leave me with a bunch of bags, and there's a bunch of bags to lug home. Nothing big. The excursion is just what I'd hoped it would be. I felt confident and comfortable the entire duration, and I got noticed just enough times. A few times I even forgot I was wearing anything out of the ordinary. It's still early in the day, so I decided to finally get around to what I'd intended days earlier and start on the latest volume of The Hawkeye Above. I sit in my armchair with a cup of non-magical tea and fall into my story. I forget everything. I forget about my transformations, Sylvia at home with her tail, and the new passenger I carry around in my head. And she keeps quiet the whole time, either from consideration or disinterest. I'm so absorbed by the book that I only notice the hours flying by a few times. And I receive a notification on my phone. It's almost nighttime. Hi, Margaret. I wanted to check in on you. How are you doing? Great, thanks. I'm finally starting that vacation. Good to hear. I'd actually like to talk to you directly. Would you mind meeting up? It isn't all that surprising of a request, but I'm still intrigued. You want me to come over to your place? Oh, I'll come over there, don't worry. Are you able to do that right now? Oh, yeah, I got my legs back hours ago. I want to tell you the whole story in person. Could you send your address? Look around my living room to see if anything needs to be shoved in a closet before she comes. My evening of cleaning a few days before seems to have paid off. Sure, here you go. I send over my address and apartment number. Oh, that's direct right on the green line from work. I'll be over as soon as I can. You're at work right now? Yeah, that's part of the whole story. See you soon. I could probably keep asking questions during her whole ride, but instead I decide to eat something and do the minimal cleaning needed for a guest. A short time after she texts that she's at my building, I hear a knock on my door. Oh, she's so pretty. Definitely looks different now that she's got that personality thing going on. I open it to see a fully human Sylvia dressed in a smartly appointed skirt and high-neck top. It's the most reserved thing I've seen her wearing in weeks. It is still fashionable enough to know she got out of her usual wardrobe. I don't even take a second to notice she's still under the effects of the conditioning. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Sylvia. You look great. Like, your outfit is nice, but also you look like a regular human again. Thanks for both, I guess. It took a little longer to get here than I thought. I thought it would be quicker than just one train ride. Yeah, I'm a little far out of town. She takes a look around and performs some likely ill-informed calculations about the size, quality, remoteness, and price of my apartment. In her usual mode, she might have said something indelicate, but instead she nods politely. So, what did you want to talk to me about? I'm guessing you figured out something about the tea if you're back to normal already. Oh, yeah, I had a super busy day. I mean, that might sound like a bad day, but like I wasn't able to focus on anything, but it was actually one of those days where you're getting so much done you don't even recognize you're busy until you remember all the things you've accomplished. Right. Maybe you can start at the beginning, like how you stopped being a snake? Oh, yeah, that's the most important part. So, basically, right after you left, I got to all the chores and things I'd been putting off. I filled out all the forms I've been procrastinating on forever and set up my whole calendar for the rest of the year. And it was still the morning, and I was still a snake. So I figured I should try turning back so I can go out and do stuff, which meant I should take a nap. But I didn't know how long it would take since it took the whole night to go back one step, and I didn't want to sleep for 8 hours in the middle of the day. So I thought about what sleep might be doing to reverse things, and, well, to make a long story short, I'd pretty much hypnotized myself into being human again. Really? Just like that? Yeah, I just sat myself in front of a mirror and induced myself into the most restful state I could. I told myself to fully relax and to envision myself waking up in my usual body. Then 20 minutes later, I did. Oh my gosh, it only took that long? Well, maybe that's less impressive when you consider how long the original transformations took. But there I was sitting on the floor in my robe, and I thought I should go to work. I thought you had the day off. Yeah, but Felix started trying to hire people yesterday, and even with me there, I could tell you it was overwhelming him. So I did my hair, got dressed in this cute little outfit I totally forgot I even had, and called a ride to work. When I got there, Felix was really surprised. I guess any employee coming in on their day off and asking to work would do that, but I kind of felt he was particularly suspicious considering my, history. But he was so busy and flustered that he let me stay. For the first hour or two, I just worked like normal. In my downtime, I checked the list of new releases and went around all the end caps and other featured titles to look up reviews for them online, just so I could have an idea of what to say about them when customers ask. And it actually went really well. I was able to help customers a lot with more recommendations and such. I don't know if it was this new pirate personality or, well, I hope it's not just how I'm dressed, but they seem to take my advice a lot more seriously. It was just one day, but I sold more stuff than usual. Her conflicted smile hopes for the more encouraging of the two options. But after a while, Felix started doing a lot of pre-interviews and things on the front desk phone, so he was stuck at the register. I told him I still can check people out while he's on the line, but he said that he's there anyway and kind of shooed me away. At first, I went on the floor to reshelve books and help people, but there was a lull in foot traffic, so I headed to the back to see if there was anything to do in there. You already rearranged the shelves, so there wasn't much to do there, so if I saw I could reorganize some mail or something. I went through and sorted everything in Felix's inbox. As I sorted, I noticed the address on the water bill has 2 numbers off, so I figured I have some spare time. Why not give them a call to see if there's been a mistake? So I called, and it turns out we've been paying our neighbor's water bill for years. But we're next to a dog washing salon. Yeah, exactly. The lady I talked to stayed on the phone with me and said they'll fix it and they're going to refund the last couple months. I felt pretty proud of myself, so after checking if the floor was still empty, I called some other utilities and such. It turns out the city has a lot of rebate programs for local businesses that have been around for a long time, so I made sure to sign up for those. Then I went out on the floor and saw Felix was still talking with people, so I phoned the local business bureau to see if there's anything they can help with. And they had some old information on file for Barlow's, so I updated that and registered for a few of their promotional benefits like inclusion in their seasonal shopping guides. Yeah, girl, you've improved the flow of business. They even have this program where they'll pay for some print ads if you sign up, so I sent along a logo and some copies so they could run an ad in NG Weekly next month. My head is spinning from everything she'd done in what sounded like a few hours. But just as I finished, Felix came in. He saw the rearranging I did and asked me what I'd been doing that whole time, so I told him about the organizing, the money I saved, and all the other things I did to help the store. And he was surprised, obviously, and more than you are right now, I bet. Is it that obvious? Well, a little. But then after he got over his surprise, he got mad at me. He did? Yeah, he didn't get scary mad or anything. This is still Felix after all, but I've never seen him so agitated. He went on and on about how he had a whole system in place and how now he wouldn't know what had been done and how the first time I decided to work hard it just made things difficult for him. I almost don't believe her. That's so weird. Felix almost never gets mad. That's what I thought too, but he kept raising his voice at me for a full minute. And usually I'd yell back at him or storm out or maybe even cry, but I couldn't. I just listened. When he finally petered out, he was surprised I wasn't reacting too, so he just stood there for a while looking bewildered. And so I asked him, "Why do you think that makes you feel this way?" And he was so shocked he couldn't speak for a while. Then he just unloaded. He started talking about how much running the store is stressing him out and how he feels like he can't let go of control. Like he's definitely thought about delegating more responsibilities to you and hiring more people, but every time he does, he gets worried it's not going to be the same way he does it. Everything's this big collection of spinning plates that's going to collapse at any second. Alright, I'm going to pause it right there. Oof, alright, thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank y'all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silverman. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. And if y'all want to get your names and credits, get access for not safe for work content as little as $5 already, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!